again, everybody. Harry Caray from Bush Memorial Stadium as we present our star of the game. And he is, of course, the brilliant 24-year-old young right-hander of the New York Mets, Jim McAndrew, who shut the Cardinals out here tonight for his first Major League victory. Jim, I know how happy you must feel about this one.
Yes, that's saying it very mildly. It's been a long month waiting for that first win up here.
You were 0-5 going into July the 21st, pitching against the Cardinals and Bob Gibson. And now, the second time around, you finally catch him and chalk up number one.
Threw a lot of strikes, which helps you a lot in this game.
Jim, I mentioned on your debut that it amazed me to see a youngster with as much poise as you displayed on that afternoon. You just seemed to be, you look like you've been around for 30 years. And of course, it was even more apparent tonight.
Well, maybe it appears to be that way, Harry, but I'll be honest with you. I wasn't as poised as I looked at that.
You can't speak well for a young man.
Yes, I'll have to attribute that to the coaching I've had in the organization. This is my third year here. And I've gone to the instructional league twice, which has benefited me immensely. It's brought me along as a pitcher 100%.
I was talking with Ralph Kiner and Bob Murphy coming down the elevator before we started this interview, and I was asking them a few things about you. And they were telling me that the organization thought you might be a little bit shy until this year, and then suddenly you came overnight.
Well, to say the least, I pitched in the Eastern League last year in Double-A baseball, and I had what I considered a real good year. I led the league in earned run average, and then I went to the instructional league and picked up a few things, and had a good season down there, and went home and hoped that I'd be protected, getting a Major League contract, and received the AAA contract in the mail, and of course, I prayed when the draft time came around that I'd be drafted, so I'd get a shot. But I was really disappointed in thinking that this might be my last year in the game. But
why were you considering giving up and concentrating on something else?
Yes, I graduated from the University of Iowa, and I have a wife and a little boy that'll be a year old next week. And I was sacrificing financially to be playing in the minor leagues. So I was thinking of my family, really, not of myself at this time.
What would you do, teach?
No, I think I'd go into business, into sales or personnel work of some kind there.
You majored in psychology?
Yes, sir. It was a liberal arts degree in the psychology department.
You psych the hitters any at all?
I wish I could. It'd be a little easier.
You're from my favorite town, Lost Nation.
Yeah, that's big booming metropolis in Eastern Iowa.
You lived there all your life?
I was born and raised on a farm about 3 miles outside of Lost Nation, and until I went to the University of Iowa, it has been my permanent residence, yes.
The University of Iowa, did you play other sports?
Yes, I played basketball for a couple of years until I had some serious knee injuries, and doctors advised me to stay away from the game if I wanted to play any baseball.
You being from our part of the country here in the Middle West, how come you didn't wind up with the Cardinals or the Cubs?
That's a good question. I was drafted by the Mets in the summer of '65, and I'm told by the man who signed me, Charlie Fry, who's from St. Louis, that he saw me pitch one day against a young man by the name of Steve Carlton that went to Ohio State. And a few of the scouts that had talked to my coach at school said I was going to take my last year of eligibility at the University of Iowa. So they lost interest in me, but Mr. Fry didn't bother to talk to anyone and drafted me, and I ended up signing.
I wonder if Mr. Charlie Fry, who was in the Cardinal organization for years, if he's still with the Cardinals, whether you'd have wound up with some redbirds across your chest. How are you pitching tonight, today, at this point in your career, with what it was, let's say, a year ago?
Well, I think, as people have told you, that my fastball is a lot better this year. I feel a lot stronger. This is my first start during the night under the lights, and I felt stronger all the way through the ball game. When I pitched in daytime ball, as it was here last time, it was, I suppose, around 100 degrees, and it was hot. And I run out of gas as early as the fourth inning. And tonight, when I reached back for that little extra in the last inning, even against Maris, it wasn't overpowering, but it had something on it, and I kept the ball away from them so they couldn't pull the pitch that they wanted to get the long ball, because that's what I feel they were looking for at that time, anyway.
You had a definite, definitive thought at all, if every hitter came up there, excuse me, especially a fellow like Miles who could hurt you with one swing of the bat, to exactly what spot you had to throw the ball to, or were you, I think you worried about that?
Oh, yeah, it runs across your mind, of course. The only thing I wanted to do in that ninth inning is give them good, hard stuff away from them. If they want to hit the ball out of the park, they're going to have to hit it to the opposite field. And in a big ballpark like here in St. Louis, they're going to have a difficult time on that one.
The way I figure it, you're not as good in the daytime because we got one run off you. That Sunday afternoon, tonight, under the lights,
Case of my life against this ball club. They're a very reputable team, and I'm overjoyed to have a victory.
Back when I started the game, pitcher Jim McAndrew of the New York Mets. Jim, in your first 5 starts, and you lost them all, 4 of those games, your team didn't score a run. Did you begin to believe maybe you were developing a complex?
From a pitching point of view, I just had it in my mind that I have to get the other hitters out, and it's my club's battle, so to speak, to score a run to win the ball game. And in all the starts, all 4 of them, I lost. What was it? I went out 3 of them 1-0 and 1 2-0. And if I'd done the 100% as far as my job was concerned, I would have left all of them 1-0 or 0-0 and still been in there. But I made mistakes, and I was outpitched. That's all that can be said. I just had to stay with it and hope that my time came.
In other words, if you feel in your heart that you pitched a real good ball game, you can't control the score.
That's right. I go out and give it my 100, 110%, whatever you want to say. And if it falls short, it falls short. I just have to give it my best every time out, so I'm satisfied myself.
Jim, congratulations. I know you're happy, and I know all the people in Iowa must be too, and I know how tickled they are and must be anxious to get to them. Hope we haven't kept them waiting too long. But congratulations to you, and much continued success, and thanks for being my guest.
Thank you very much, Harry.